SmackDown is once again rated R. We are live, man. It's so nice to get back to a one-show Friday night off the script, man. SmackDown tonight, rather boring. Not much happened on the show this evening. Edge, though, is back. And he's looking for the Universal Championship. Too bad he won't get it. Nobody's beating Roman Reigns, geeks. Okay? Also, WWE had another fire sale today as they let go of more talent, which now brings the total number this year in 2021 up to 44. We're going to go over who was released, what does it mean, and everything that came out of tonight's SmackDown on Fox. Ladies and gentlemen, you talk about Money in the Bank. This is the only Money in the Bank you need on your Friday nights. We're always cashing checks on the only show you need on your Friday night. This is your SmackDown post show on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your SmackDown post-show for June 25th, 2021. I am your host, JD from New York. Welcome to the OTS venue here live on YouTube for your Friday evenings, man. SmackDown was not all that impressive this evening. I was not really all that entertained by SmackDown tonight. We had a great Money in the Bank qualifying match between Big E and Apollo Crews, but I don't know why we needed Big E to beat Apollo Crews to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. WWE gave us a men's Money in the Bank qualifying match, and then right in the next segment, they just announced Carmella doesn't have to compete for the Money in the Bank qualifying match at all, and they just put her right into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Oh, we'll rant about that a little bit later, because those are the little things that absolutely piss me the fuck off about the writing on this show. So we'll go over that. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, the drama that is the Bloodline on SmackDown. Where's Jey Uso? He doesn't want to come back to work. I don't blame him. Seeing what's going on in WWE, I certainly do not blame Jey Uso for not wanting to show back up to work. It's fucking Bruce Pritchard at the end of the day. Nobody wants to look at that fat slob. But Jimmy Uso is now trying to fill in for Jey Uso as the right-hand man of Roman Reigns. Roman is not happy about it. Roman's got his own issues, though. Roman has no competition for the Universal Championship. Everybody thought it was going to be Seth Rollins. You thought, I thought, everybody thought it was going to be Seth Rollins because he says he deserves it most. Paul Heyman came out tonight and said Roman Reigns doesn't have anybody left. Man, oh man, was that a fucking shoot. There's nobody left. There's nobody left in WWE unless you want to merge the divisions and merge the rosters like I said. Then there'd be competition for Roman, but as of right now on this show, there is absolutely nobody. I don't think there should be anybody for Roman Reigns to really be vulnerable against in WWE. Not until he wrestles The Rock. Roman Reigns cannot lose at all until we get to The Rock, which, WWE's trying to do. And it's going to be even more difficult as this goes on because Roman is going to slay everybody that is in front of him. And even when he gets to The Rock and beats The Rock, it's going to be a situation where he's going to be unbeatable. He's going to be unstoppable. But WWE teased Roman and Rollins tonight. And I'll go over why I don't necessarily want to see that match happen at all. If you guys have been watching me for any extended period of time, you know what I'm going to tell you. You know exactly what I'm going to tell you guys. And it's the legit truth about why that match should not take place at all on SmackDown. I would probably move Rollins over to Monday Night Raw and get him the fuck away from Roman Reigns because I honestly think Seth Rollins is going to be a negative impact on Roman Reigns, especially with fans coming back in attendance in about 3 weeks. Nobody wants to see that match. I feel like that will certainly begin the undoing of Roman Reigns' heel turn, and we don't need Roman Reigns to be anywhere close to being a babyface, at least not yet. So enter Edge. Edge enters the picture. He's back. He looks great as always. Not really all that exciting to see him. We all kind of anticipated him to come back, but WWE's got shows in front of fans in 3 weeks. Edge needs to be on the show. They got to sell those tickets, which right now, WWE ain't looking too good in those major markets, man. So Edge is back. He's targeting Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan is not in the picture, if you guys know. I'm sure you do. Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. Probably my WWE match of the year so far. That was the main event of WrestleMania on night 2. Roman Reigns stacked him and pinned him both at the same time. Daniel Bryan's not in the picture, but Edge is certainly back, and he wants his one-on-one match. That does not include Daniel Bryan. That looks to be what WWE is going to solidify Money in the Bank with as their main event. Roman Reigns and Edge for the Universal Championship. I know a lot of people are wondering, well, what about Rollins? What is WWE doing with Seth Rollins? Well, let me tell you something, folks. I'd rather Edge over Seth Rollins because it makes more sense per storyline. Edge really had to deal with Daniel Bryan all through WrestleMania season, so a logical one-on-one match between Edge and Roman Reigns is probably the right decision to go with. But I'm going to be just as blunt with you guys as I was going into WrestleMania. I didn't really think Edge versus Roman Reigns was a main event, standalone one-on-one match for WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan was the one that made it a main event match, and I don't think anybody would take anything back as to what happened there. The match was fantastic. I don't really look at Edge and Roman Reigns as a one-on-one WrestleMania main event match. At Money in the Bank, I'm all for it. At Money in the Bank, I don't really care. But Edge, it makes sense that he goes after Roman Reigns. Rollins, not so much. And the only reason why Edge is back challenging Roman Reigns is because this is going to set up Edge and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Now, the only question is it going to be a one-on-one match between Edge and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, or are we looking at Edge once again finding himself in a triple threat match for the Universal Championship because of somebody else who feels like they deserve another opportunity at Roman Reigns and the Universal Championship? That's what my question is. I don't know whether we get that triple threat match at SummerSlam or it happens after SummerSlam, but Edge is back to go one-on-one with Roman, and Seth is going to be angry, and I feel like he's going to have a part. He's going to play a pivotal role in Edge clearly not beating Roman Reigns, and we all know Roman Reigns is not losing that championship, so enter Seth Rollins. We get the Edge and Seth Rollins match at SummerSlam, and then Roman Reigns can go on to do whatever he's got to do against John Cena, which is the preferred match of my SummerSlam card. If I'm booking one match and one match only, that's the match I'm going to book. And SummerSlam looks pretty damn good if you got Seth Rollins and Edge and then John Cena and Roman Reigns as the top two marquee matches on SmackDown. I have no fucking complaints about that whatsoever. But the only reason why Edge is back is because A, storyline, and B, it sets up his SummerSlam match against Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins, he would not have come out after that tag team match, that mixed tag team match tonight, and made mention and really state his case for the Universal Championship if WWE was not going to have him play a pivotal role in the Universal Championship picture with Roman Reigns and Edge. So the only reason why Edge is back is because Seth Rollins. And we're going to get that match happening at SummerSlam. Now, the reason why I don't want Rollins and Reigns to happen, which I mentioned to you guys several times before in the past, and I'm going to reiterate it again here. Some people are trying to defend the case, give it time, give it a chance. No. No. I'm not giving anything a chance. You got the chance to watch Roman Reigns have one of the greatest heel runs of the modern era, and you want to throw a wrench into this situation already. Why would you even dare tease something catastrophically going wrong with Roman Reigns? I don't understand you people. Give him a chance. Give it a chance. Let's see the history between these two guys come into play. Haven't you seen it enough already? Why would you be interested in it again? Especially if Rollins now is a heel. What is Roman Reigns exactly? A heel. We don't want two heels battling it out for the Universal Championship now, do we? I don't think so. Reigns needs baby faces, man. Not Rollins. Now, granted, Rollins could easily be turned into a babyface with the crowd reaction, but I don't think that it's going to swing that way. I honestly think, and I said this before, and I'm going to stick to my fucking gun here. This is the hill I'm going to die on. If you put Rollins and Reigns in a main event slot on a major pay-per-view for the Universal Championship, Roman Reigns right now is exactly where he needs to be. He's a cool, calculating, manipulative heel, okay? You don't want to ruin that. He's cool. He embodies everything that we wanted him to be 5-6 years ago. We're getting it now. Rollins right now is at a point where he is so stale, and he may be doing some very good in-ring work, but the character, it's not there. His suits, his drip are more over than Seth Rollins actually is. Why would you even tease about anything Roman Reigns going wrong or in the opposite direction? Rollins would be a detriment to Roman Reigns' heel turn. In fact, my exact quote from a couple of months ago, I've been mentioning this on and off for the last couple of times I mentioned who exactly is next for Roman Reigns. If you put Rollins and Reigns in the same ring together, Rollins is so indifferent with the crowd, you may actually turn Roman Reigns babyface because I honestly think people just don't like Seth Rollins. There's nothing captivating about Seth Rollins. There's nothing interesting about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, no matter how great of a professional wrestler he is, he could be in the top 10 worldwide professional wrestlers in the industry. But that doesn't mean his character work is good. That doesn't mean he's interesting to watch. Rollins is not interesting. So if you got a heel versus a heel, one heel being Roman Reigns, that's mega interesting, and then the other heel, which is boring as shit, who are you going to cheer for? All of that babyface reaction that a babyface should be getting would go right to Roman. Because everybody looks at Seth Rollins the same way that I do. Fucking boring. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. Now, we could get a triple threat match between the three, Rollins, Edge, and Reigns, but I don't think WWE is in the boat or in the situation to kind of rehash matches now that we're getting fans back. I think people will easily put 2 and 2 together and kind of correlate the two. Well, didn't they do this at WrestleMania? Why is this so similar to what Edge did with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns? Why are we seeing Seth Rollins do the same thing with Edge and Roman Reigns? No. No, you don't want that. You don't want to tease that. You don't want to put that out there in the universe with fans coming back. Fans are not stupid. They will be up on everything that WWE attempts to do. You got fans coming back. You need fresh, new feuds. You need new faces for Roman. You need captivating storylines that are going to get you through weekly television. I'm sorry. So I'm glad, first of all, I'm glad that they're going with Edge, because this inevitably means that Edge and Rollins are going to happen at SummerSlam. And then Roman Reigns, he can move on after he gets rid of Edge, and Seth Rollins takes him off of Roman's hands. Then we could get Roman and John Cena at SummerSlam, which should be a mega match in Las Vegas. Thank you guys very much for joining me here on the podcast. We got a lot to go over today. 1,400 filtering in to the venue. This is off the script. Hit that thumbs up down below, man. Let's try for 1,000 likes tonight on the SmackDown post show. We are at 338 right now. If you are interested in Roman Reigns versus Edge at Money in the Bank over Seth Rollins, you guys should hit that thumbs up down below and sound off in the live stream chat along with everybody else. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out a long way when you hit that thumbs up. It is absolutely free to do so. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below, man. We got a ton of content on the channel. If you want to go back to early in the week, we got Monday Night Raw, which was absolutely god-awful. Nikki Cross came out as a superhero trying to fight crime and steal Batman's job in Gotham City. But that ain't going to work out. Sorry, Nikki Cross. You ain't no Batman, and you certainly aren't interesting like Bruce Wayne is. So please spare me the bullshit that Nikki Cross is going to get over with this superhero gimmick. I think more people are laughing at Nikki Cross, especially Bruce and Vince McMahon, than they are laughing with her. So make sure you guys go and watch that. Tons of rants on Monday Night Raw. We did NXT as well, which was a show. Not good, not bad. It was right in the middle. Seems like NXT is trending in the slightly right direction. So we go over that as well with Roderick Strong coming back and the introduction of Diamond Mine, his new group on NXT. And I give my thoughts on Adam Cole, Bay, and Kyle O'Reilly and what I think is going to happen with their match at Great American Bash. Also, Karrion Kross, as we all know, is the NXT champion. WWE today, I don't know if you guys were on Twitter at all today. WWE was striking Twitter accounts all day long because they had tweeted the Karrion Kross match with Shelton Benjamin on Main Event. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, WWE had Karrion Kross have a dark match. I would say it's a dark. Well, it's not really a dark match, but it kind of is. If this was WWE live on the road, this is exactly what they do. These are the dark matches that you don't see on television, and they just put them on Main Event. They figured Karrion Kross and Shelton Benjamin was a good idea to put on Main Event. Apparently, they wanted to give Karrion Kross a tryout match. Don't really understand the logic behind that. But whatever the case may be, people were shitting all over the fact that WWE has already stripped him down to basically nothing. No Scarlet, no smoke and mirrors, no entrance, no cool theme song to go and just kind of fit all of that ambiance that Triple H created for him in an NXT. So he gets in the ring with Shelton Benjamin. He's selling for Shelton Benjamin. It goes about 10 minutes or so. People were shitting all over it. And WWE was striking down Twitter accounts for copyright claims for the intro or the entrance. It's almost as if they didn't want you to think that it was even out there for viewing. Meanwhile, you could just go on Peacock and watch the match for yourself. But WWE doesn't want social media to know that it exists. But what I'm trying to figure out with Karrion Kross, who could very well end up on SmackDown for all we know. And I do think he's going to be a part of the draft. I don't know who he's going to drop the title to, or if he does drop the title, he could certainly come up with the title like Kevin Owens did all those years ago against John Cena. But what I don't understand is why WWE opted to give him a tryout match. That's what I don't understand. Why would you even put him in that situation? Why would you even have the NXT champion go on main event and just become what everybody looks at when they think of main event? He's the NXT fucking champion. Everybody sees this guy's entrance as a big deal, as a special attraction. WWE says, all right, we're going to move Scarlett over to SmackDown and give her her own tryout match, which supposedly was supposed to happen tonight. We don't know if that's the case or not. And then WWE had this guy walk out like everybody else. They had this guy walk out like creative character fucking number 2 in WWE 2K. Absolutely nothing. This guy looked fucking shell-shocked when he walked out there. But why does he need a tryout match? You can't watch fucking NXT and see how good he is? Go back and watch his match with Finn Balor a couple of weeks ago where he retained the NXT championship. That's all you really need. Go back and watch his promo work. That's all you really need. So he comes out without any of this shit. And Adam Cole, if you guys remember, Adam Cole was on a recent episode of NXT as they built towards that fatal 5-way at TakeOver in Your House. Adam Cole said, who are you without the hot woman and the theatrics and the smoke and the entrance and the theme music? Who are you? That's what makes you special. Without that, you're nothing. You know what makes me special? When they ring the fucking bell. How true are Adam Cole's words after watching Main Event and Karrion Kross? I didn't want to rant about that, but WWE is fucking mental, man. They are mental. I got some extras as well. Go and check out the extras. We talk about Big E potentially moving over to Monday Night Raw, which causes a whole slew of problems for WWE. They think that they're doing a good thing for Big E, but in fact, they're doing a bad thing for Roman Reigns. Who exactly do you have left for Roman Reigns, like Paul Heyman said? Every top babyface seemingly is getting shifted off the brand because Roman Reigns can't be beat. But why aren't they building up talent to be on the same level as Roman Reigns? Instead, WWE has one in Big E, but they opt, we'll move him to Monday Night Raw. He may be better against Bobby Ashley. Bobby Ashley. Says Kenice Mobley, who just got fired, that creative writer. Good. I don't think I'm going to talk about that tonight, but we'll save that for Off the Script this weekend. Make sure you guys go check all that stuff out. All those videos are live on the home page. If you guys want to go check them out. Patreon.com/JDfromNY206. That is the best way to support the show. Also, make sure you guys go get your t-shirts. Bonfire.com is the exclusive home of Off the Script. If you guys want to go get your t-shirts, that's bonfire.com. Link is down in the description below. Make sure you guys, again, hit that subscribe button. And today's show is sponsored by Dr. Squatch. DrSquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. You guys are going to save 20% off Dr. Squatch, man. The best in men's hygiene. You guys are listening to the best, so why not use the best when it comes to men's hygiene? Soap, shampoos, conditioners, deodorant, cologne, you name it, man. Dr. Squatch has got you covered. Use code SCRIPT at checkout to save 20% off. Guys, I want to start at the top. Let's talk about these WWE releases. I was worried because I was hoping it wasn't going to be that big of a deal. I was out at a family junction today, and I was on Twitter. First of all, I stopped at a craft beer brewery, and I was on Twitter while I was drinking my delicious cold beverage. And I seen people in the community tweeting. I'm like, oh no, please don't tell me there's going to be another fire sale of WWE talent. I want to be home to cover it like I did the last time because it was fucking mega crazy. Mega crazy, man. We had 3,600 people in this fucking venue on YouTube, man. It was crazy. Crazy. Then I started to see the names filter in, and I'm like, it ain't that big of a deal, but it's a big deal at the same time. I'm looking at these names, and I'm like, none of them really surprise me, except for maybe one or two names. Most of the names are 205 Live names, but there were some NXT talent mixed in as well. Tony Nese, Arya Daivari, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze, a.k.a. Breezango, Everrise, Arturo Ruas, Kurt Stallion, Marina Shafir, the Bollywood Boys, and Killian Dane were all released by WWE today. And then we got word as of tonight on SmackDown that Tino Sabatelli, which I don't even remember the last time I seen Tino Sabatelli on NXT television. I believe he was actually on television, and then they fired him, then they brought him back, and now they fired him again. So Tino Sabatelli probably owns the record of not appearing on NXT television, but getting fired by WWE several times over, only to not appear on television. So those are the names that are released by the company today, and these are the names that WWE is saving on payroll. So Nick Khan, President Nick Khan, the more uncool Khan. A lot of people don't think Tony Khan is cool. I, in fact, think Tony Khan is quite cool. He's got a quirky personality. He's definitely the cooler of the Khans in the wrestling world. Nick Khan is shedding payroll so that he might buy another mansion somewhere in the Caribbean where he could live a high life, a lavish lifestyle. Don't think that's going to go over so smoothly there with me, Mr. Nick Khan, that you fire everybody, 44 people this year alone, so that you may afford your $7 million fucking mansion. He may be the biggest heel in all fucking pro wrestling, this guy. Honestly. Yet he thinks that we're going to need a bigger boat on Monday Night Raw is the fucking answer to Monday Night Raw's problems, Nick Khan, right? You and your fucking buddy there, Adnan. Yeah, what a fucking great decision that was. If that's the decision you're making, I think you should just take a step back, bro, and just lock the door in that $7 million mansion, never to fucking peek your head out, clown. Give me a break. These are the names that were released by WWE. None of them are really all that surprising, like I said, outside of Fandango and Tyler Breeze. Everrise, most of these names were just on WWE TV this week. And now they don't have a job. And now they have to wait 90 days before they go elsewhere. Tyler Breeze and Fandango, man, these are the guys that I feel the worst for. Because Johnny Curtis, Fandango, he had a debilitating injury that he was documenting. WWE documented his comeback on the WWE PC YouTube channel. They got a YouTube channel for the Performance Center. And he came back and he really got into what I think is the best shape of his fucking career from what we've seen of him in WWE. He looked great. And I honestly think WWE, they dropped the ball on him big time. They dropped the ball big time on Fandango, man. This guy was so fucking over. You had people in soccer stadiums doing the fucking Fandango dance. And WWE just dropped the ball. They didn't really give it any time to kind of get over. Maybe it got too over and WWE realized, well, we don't want to push this guy. We can't push this guy. This is not on our itinerary of things to do, Fandango. It just took on a life of its own. But that's the problem with WWE, man. When they have things happen organically and genuinely, they don't embrace it. They try and kill it because it's not what they want to do. Or it's not what they intended to do. Tyler Breeze is another guy, man. Tyler Breeze in his first NXT run was, you might not think the same way that I think, but he had Shawn Michaels qualities. He had model Rick Martel qualities. He had Mr. Perfect qualities. He had the makings of somebody that I would watch when I was watching old school WWF back on Fox 5 here in New York City, WWF Superstars. He embodied what I thought was great about the old school, man. It was an old school persona. And I honestly thought he fit perfectly into an Intercontinental Championship title situation. He had the look, he had the in-ring ability. The guy had it, man. And they dropped the ball. Then they repackaged them eventually. He was, I believe, on the verge of being fired. And then WWE, they moved him to NXT. I don't know if he was fired or not fired, but he did eventually get brought back to NXT. But he was more than just Tyler Breeze. He was just more than Fandango. Tyler Breeze was, I believe he runs his own wrestling school. But he was doing training. He was training the PC talent at the Performance Center. He would be one of the guys that would mold all of the young kids, all the young men and women at the Performance Center, from what I read. So I don't understand why you would let somebody like that go. If you don't want him on television, I don't know why you just can't keep that guy around, and all the wealth of knowledge that he has and all the respect from his peers. I don't know why you can't keep that guy around and give him solely a coaching gig inside the Performance Center. Same thing with Fandango, Johnny Curtis. I don't get it. No, but they just let them go. You don't think these guys are going to land on their feet somewhere? I don't want to say AEW, but I could absolutely see both of them end up in Impact. I think they're going to have a new lease on life, man. I don't think WWE ever really appreciated what they brought to the TV. I don't think WWE ever really appreciated what they brought to the ring. Yeah, they were a little too comedy. Yeah, they were a little over the top. Yeah, they didn't fit NXT. It was more of a main roster shtick. Breezango, but man, they're great professional wrestlers. They will land on their feet somewhere. They will. And I find it funny how WWE released, or they fired, this Nese Mobley, this fucking moron who went on some podcast and said that WWE, they didn't even ask me if I had knowledge of pro wrestling. This is the one woman that was on the writing team that had no prior knowledge of pro wrestling. And she was a comedy writer. She was a comedian. I find it funny how WWE, they want to aim their product more towards entertainment and comedy. But they fire somebody like Fandango, Tyler Breeze, and get rid of Breezango. And Everrise. Everrise is another one. They were doing comedy, Everrise Live. They were all over NXT. They were just on NXT this past week. They lost to Hit Row. Isaiah Swerve's guys. AJ Francis and Ashante Adonis, they lost to those guys in a tag team match, Squash. But they've been parading around with Everrise Live. They let them go. You already got Machine Gun fucking Carl Anderson on Twitter lobbying for Impact to sign Everrise after their 90 days is up. They'll land in Impact. They'll probably make a big splash and be given an opportunity to get over. So WWE wasn't doing anything with them. They obviously looked at Everrise as jobbers. What is one man's trash is another man's treasure. They could land in Impact. They could go to MLW. They could go to Ring of Honor. They could do whatever the fuck they want. And they're young enough where this is not going to hurt them at all. Go make a name for yourself somewhere else where WWE didn't afford you that luxury. 205 Live is seemingly dead. I don't know if WWE woke up today just wanting to kill 205 Live, but all of these releases, Bollywood Boys, Arya Davari, Tony Nese, Kurt Stallion, these are all 205 Live guys. I don't know how exactly that makes the Cruiserweight division look, but is WWE killing off 205 Live? They released Kurt Stallion. August Gray, I think, got released as well. They released most of the people that they featured on 205 Live. What exactly are they going to do with that division? What exactly are they going to do with that show? That show is not even worth keeping around anymore. No, but Nick Khan needs to a $47 million fucking mansion, so fuck 205 Live. These are the guys that they let go. Killian Dane, he's gone. He was on his last leg with WWE when Sanity was on the main roster. They were going to fire all of them. Then they brought him back down to NXT. Triple H gave him a new lease on life. He didn't really go anywhere. WWE used him in this tag team with Drake Maverick. I feel bad for Drake Maverick. Killian Dane was probably the best thing that happened to Drake Maverick. Now Drake Maverick is just a regular dude on NXT television. What is Drake Maverick going to do without Killian Dane? What is he going to do on the show that is interesting without Killian Dane? WWE wiped out two of their tag teams on NXT. Breezango, Killian Dane, and Drake Maverick. And then you got Everrise, 3 tag teams. They might not have been featured all the time like the other teams, but WWE got rid of 3 tag teams on NXT television. Tony Nese is another guy, man. I don't know how you don't see money in Tony Nese. Tony Nese is built like a Greek fucking god, man. Tony Nese is a great professional wrestler. Tony Nese is going to land on his feet, and he's going to go, and he's going to fucking shock the world. I'm telling you right now, he may not be a needle mover. None of these people that they release are needle movers. Ruby Riott, Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Andrade, they're not needle movers. We feel bad for them. I feel bad because WWE has pretty much wiped away any fucking talent that was staring them right in the fucking face. They underutilized all of these names. None of these names are going to be needle movers, but someone like Tony Nese, if you can't find something for Tony Nese to do, man, shame on you. The guy is great. He's like a Buddy Murphy. How don't you have room for somebody like Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese on your roster, man? These are top-tier professional wrestlers. And he's a New York guy, so I kind of feel bad for him. He's going to end up in Impact, and I'm telling you right now, man, you're going to put him in a division that has Ace Austin and all those guys over there in the X division. Josh Alexander. Bro, you're going to be getting match of the year candidates with Tony Nese over there with some of those guys. TJ Perkins, Buddy Murphy may end up over there. We may have a cruiserweight resurgence like you never seen before over in Impact Wrestling. But that's WWE. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. Bollywood boys. You know, the one thing that they did was pair them with Jinder Mahal. He was around these two guys. They actually got him over. He was never over with me. But those guys completed his act. All the fucking shit that they had to put up with Jinder Mahal. Then obviously Jinder Mahal lost the title. They took Bolly Boys away from Jinder. They went back to 205 Live. They did a small stint on NXT. I mean, they were big for the market that they're trying to, attract over in India. But, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a good move to get rid of them. You know? I feel bad for all these guys. It is a budget cut situation. This is why all these people were released. Budget cuts. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. You may be feeling bad for these people. Marina Shafir, she was on Up, Down, Down. She does a lot of content for WWE's YouTube channel. Up, Down, Down with Xavier Woods. Tyler Breeze is on there as well. Adam Cole. Cesaro. The Usos are on there. Miro was on there when he was employed with WWE. It was a big thing with these guys. Shayna Baszler's on there. And some of these women, WWE let, I believe, Jessamine Duke go, and she was actually still doing work for Up, Down, Down. I don't know if Marina Shafir is going to be doing the same thing, but that's Roddy's wife. That's Roderick Strong's wife. Roddy just got reintroduced to the NXT TV show on Tuesday night with Diamond Mine. WWE really didn't have any plans for them. Everybody had high hopes for the Horsewomen feud. That is dead and gone and buried, never to happen again. But WWE, they didn't really do anything with Marina Shafir, Jessamine Duke. It might have been, let's cut our losses here. They're not coming along as we expected. But these are all budget cuts, guys. For you to look at this and be upset, yeah, I feel upset for some of these guys. Killian Dane, he'll land on his feet. He's young. He 36 years old? Tony Nese, he'll end up somewhere. You got Tyler Breeze, Fandango. These guys will end up somewhere, man. It's not the end of the world. This is a new beginning. some of these moves, some of these releases may be the best thing for them. But for Edge to be back on television more, with fans coming back, John Cena to be back on television, Brock Lesnar back on television, for WWE to go out there and get a Goldberg and then bring back a Bella Twins. How do you think they're paying them? You want WWE to pay all of those top-tier talents while maintaining all of these talents that they're underutilizing week after week after week, and they're not getting a return on their investment? How exactly do you think that WWE is going to afford all these people? They got a business to run. And it's coming up to the end of the quarter, man. So WWE, they want to make good in front of their shareholders. Nick Khan's going to get on the phone and brag about how much WWE is doing internally, about how they're saving on budget and how good he looks for the job that he's doing. Meanwhile, all these people got released. It's just a vicious cycle of WWE, man. This is all their fault. They want to sign all these years ago, give out big contract after big contract after big contract, because AEW is now the new kid on the block. They want to sign all these people to long-term deals, give them money that you should not be giving them, because they don't want them to go to AEW. And now, all these contracts were looking at WWE in the face, and they're asking themselves, why are we paying these people? WWE has realized that in the middle of a pandemic, all of their budget cutting, they realized that they could man the ship and run the ship with a skeleton staff. They can run these shows with the amount of people that they fired just the same way as they did before the pandemic. So what is WWE going to do? If they could save money, they're going to fire without blinking an eye. You got to understand it. Yes, I could sit here and boast about how they wasted a Tony Nese and boast about how they ruined a Tyler Breeze and a Fandango and they wasted a Killian Dane, and Everrise never really got an opportunity. Kurt Stallion, August Gray, who they just signed. Same thing with Arturo Ruas. What was he doing? Well, do you even know who he is? The last I saw of him, he was on Raw Underground with Shane McMahon. Nobody's going to lose sleep over these moves. They're simply budget cuts. I could sit here and brag about how WWE wasted them. What good would that get me? What good would it do me? None. None at all. Guys like Aleister Black, Braun Strowman, those are bigger names. Those are more shocking. How WWE wasted them. Ruby Riott, Mickie James, Chelsea Green. Those are the names that WWE is going to look back on and say, man, we fucked up. Like, what are we doing, really? But these are nothing more than WWE trimming the fat, looking to pay all these part-timers to come on back, because those are the names that are going to fill the seats. Those are the names that are going to sell the tickets to WWE shows. Those are the names that are going to get ratings for WWE where they're not getting ratings right now. Nobody's tuning in to watch fucking Bollywood Boys. Nobody's watching 205 Live. I trust you guys, man. I believe me, you're not going to lose sleep over any of these moves. But it just goes back to the age-old question, when is WWE actually going to start building new fucking talent? Any of these names could have been the next big thing, but WWE just turns a blind eye to everybody. They don't know how to build stars anymore. They will all find opportunity elsewhere, believe me. Let's get into the show, man. Start off at the top. We got SmackDown starting off with Seth Rollins and Bianca Belair. So, Belair made her way to the ring. She noted that they go back on the road in 3 weeks. Great, I can't wait. Belair admitted that she couldn't stop celebrating her win at Hell in a Cell. She enjoys looking at her reflection in her SmackDown Women's Championship, but not because she's vain. Belair's proud of the girl she sees in the reflection of the belt. Belair said she's overcome Bayley the Bully and ended by saying, "Ding dong, the witch is dead." You know, Bruce, I would love if you sent Bianca Belair out there and not have her cut the same fucking promo that we've been hearing for 5 straight weeks now. Pretty much ever since she won the title at WrestleMania, we've been hearing the same old promo from Bianca Belair. I am sick and tired of it, man. She sounds awful. She does. She beat Bayley inside a Hell in a Cell. We should be seeing the EST of WWE, not somebody that is proud and talking about the bullies and putting the bullies to rest. And now she's looking at the reflection of a young girl who overcame all. Come on. How are you expecting me to sit here and cheer for Bianca Belair? You and all you guys are doing are making me not like Bianca Belair and rather see Bayley, someone like Bayley the Bully, win the Women's Championship. Seth Rollins came out. He was happy to join Belair and celebrate their wins on Sunday as he beat Cesaro at Hell in a Cell. Rollins claimed he overcame the odds, but she did not. Rollins claimed Belair had a fluke victory over Bayley. He noted he dominated, though, over Cesaro, but Belair just barely beat Bayley. He pretended to celebrate. He asked for a high five and said to throw it up like the Click. Rollins noted that they have to high five now because Bayley is going to beat her up when she comes out here. So Bayley's music hit. She walked to the ring. She mocked Belair, told Rollins not to waste his breath on a loser like Belair. Bayley said it doesn't matter what she does. She will always be Bianca Belair. That's exactly what WWE is doing with Bianca Belair. Belair then had enough of this and knocked Bayley down. Rollins tried to get in between the two women, but it gave Bayley the chance to attack Belair. She beat her down until Cesaro ran down and made the save. After that, all four started brawling in the ring, and it was only Cesaro and Bayley left. Bayley yelled at Cesaro for destroying the ding-dong hello set. Suddenly, Belair ran in because Bayley was too busy yelling at Cesaro. Cesaro assisted Belair in giving Bayley a dropkick out of the ring, and we get this match started right at the top of the hour. So this was fun. I mean, I don't really care to see any more of these two feuds, but here we are, WWE. How can we give a rematch without actually giving a rematch? Let's have a mixed tag team match, says Bruce Pritchard. It's a great job there, Bruce. Real creative, man. I see that you're actually trying, but really not. So this was a fun match, I guess, between these two. Belair ran wild on Bayley. She had a standing moonsault for a near fall. Bayley rolled to the floor. Belair chased after her. Bayley dropped Belair on the barricade and pushed her into the ring post. Bayley was in control. The heels were in control. She worked over Belair's injured shoulder. Belair then fought back, tagged Cesaro. Cesaro ran wild, rocked Rollins with a European uppercut at ringside. He slammed Rollins headfirst into the apron, followed up with a flying crossbody for a 2 count. Cesaro gave Rollins the giant swing, and then he went for the sharpshooter, but Bayley distracted him. Rollins used a small package like he used at Hell in a Cell for a near fall. Bayley jumped at Cesaro, but he caught her. Belair knocked Rollins to the floor. Cesaro hit another European uppercut. Rollins then hit Cesaro in the face. Rollins followed up with a forearm to the back of the head, but Belair broke up a pin attempt by Rollins. Bayley rolled up Belair for a near fall. Belair fought back. She went for the kiss of death, her finishing move, the KOD. Rollins ran in and bumped into Belair, knocked her over. Bayley then hit a running knee and a rose plant, and the SmackDown Women's Champion was pinned after winning Hell in a Cell. Pinned by Bayley in a meaningless and unimportant mixed tag team match to open SmackDown. You know, I could rant about it, but I think it's a foregone conclusion that WWE doesn't give a shit about their champions. But I got a fucking problem when champions are losing on television in non-title situations, especially when Bianca Belair went into Hell in a Cell and beat Bayley inside of Hell in a Cell, which should signify the end of the fucking feud. But here we are on SmackDown getting another fucking rematch in a mixed tag team match where WWE doesn't think this is a rematch, but it really is. Because we got two matches that happened at Hell in a Cell happening again on SmackDown. But this time, Bayley's pinning the champion after the champion beat Bayley inside a match that should have ended the fucking feud. I'm sorry. Where does this make sense? Where does this go? Who's Bianca defending the championship against at Money in the Bank? Is it going to be Bayley again? Because I could see that happening. Hell in a Cell. Bianca beats Bayley. Bayley pins Bianca in a fucking unimportant bullshit mixed tag team match. Clean. And now she gets another title match because she pinned the champion in a fucking tag team match on SmackDown. That's the logic of WWE. I'm sorry, folks. That's not the way it should be. And I'll rant about that even further a little bit later because Carmella came out and it was even more painfully obvious that WWE has a fucking problem with their women's division. And a Money in the Bank situation that looks fucking ridiculous. Oh, you didn't hear it from me? Moving on. Oh, actually, I got news on Cesaro. Before we move on to the next segment. How could I forget this important news on Cesaro? Cesaro's push, if you guys haven't noticed already, Cesaro's push in WWE seemingly has come to an end. So not only did Cesaro lose in this match with Bianca Belair, Bianca Belloser on SmackDown, Cesaro lost to Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell. So Dave Meltzer brought this up last week about Cesaro and what is likely next for him in WWE. He was to elevate on SmackDown because Roman Reigns needed an opponent. So he was placed in a position where WWE really didn't want him. They wanted to elevate him when they really did not want to, but they were forced to because Roman Reigns needed an opponent. So Daniel Bryan obviously helped get Cesaro over prior to him becoming a free agent, but it's unknown what WWE had planned for him next. And Dave Meltzer says this in that quote, "He is going where he's going. He was put there because they needed an opponent for Roman Reigns, and you know Daniel Bryan had put him over and over and over and over and over to get him ready for Roman Reigns. Look, Cesaro has been there for how many years? If Vince McMahon liked him, he would have been in the main event 7 years ago. This is where they slaughtered him. Roman needed an opponent. He was getting a little hot. Now it's back to whatever. They probably have an idea for Seth now that doesn't include Cesaro. You know, Seth put him over on the way up, and then he put Seth over on the way down. This is probably something that was determined months ago." End quote. So, Cesaro, folks, it looks like Cesaro ain't going anywhere near the top of the card anymore on SmackDown. He may be in the mid-card IC title. I could see him winning the IC title against a Apollo Crews. I could see him in a nice program with Sami Zayn. I could see him in a nice program with Kevin Owens. Why aren't we pushing him in that? Why aren't we pushing the mid-card on SmackDown? I mentioned this weeks ago, and I always mention it. Look at the mid-card IC title scene on SmackDown. This was before Aleister Black was even brought back and then fired. You got Kevin Owens, you got Sami Zayn, you got Apollo Crews, you got Big E, you got Cesaro, you got Chad Gable, Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, I don't understand why you guys aren't having fun with this mid-card. That IC title should be the most sought-after title in WWE. WWE should be looking at that IC title as the next thing in line for who they want to push towards the top of the show. That title used to be held by WWE talent that they had slotted next for the prime spot in the main event. Now it's just used as a fucking prop in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Oh, look, the IC title holder is qualifying for Money in the Bank against Big E. That's all it's used for. And then even him in that match lost. Fucking ridiculous. Cesaro's push is done. So if you guys have hopes and aspirations of seeing Cesaro get pushed on SmackDown, he's going right to the mid-card, and you better hope he stays there. If not the mid-card, back to catering. I'm sure Titus misses him dearly. Moving on with the rest of the show, man. We go from the mixed tag team match to Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso's backstage. He's pacing around. And Jimmy Uso stops Paul Heyman backstage, asks him what Roman Reigns meant by prove it. So apparently at the top of the show, Roman Reigns told Jimmy, prove it to me. You want to be the right-hand man to the tribal chief? Prove it to me. Show me. So he asked Paul Heyman, what does that mean? Heyman says Jimmy's family has the head of the table that they need, which is Reigns. But he needs a right-hand man if Jey Uso doesn't want to show up and be that. Then main event Jimmy Uso it is. Prove to him that you want that spot. They go on, and Heyman tells Jimmy to make some progress by winning a match tonight against Dolph Ziggler. Heyman offers to get Jimmy a match, but indicates that there might be some issues if he loses with Roman Reigns. So we go on to Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura is in the ring. King Shinsuke Nakamura is in the ring for an official coronation with Rick Boogs. My boy, Rick Boogs. So we got this regal music playing in the background for Nakamura. And we see a throne set up with the table and the crown. The crown is on this rotating podium. So Baron Corbin, this is his property, by the way, that he had rightfully stolen from him. And now he's got to fight for his stolen property back. Only in WWE, you get something stolen from you, which is fucking unfair, and then you got to fight for it. But this is the childish mentality of WWE and them thinking that this is good creative writing. So Baron Corbin, he lost his crown to Nakamura last Friday in what WWE dubbed the Battle for the Crown. Rick Boogs has a microphone and a guitar. He gives a grand introduction like only Rick Boogs can do for Nakamura. He comes out in all white. Boogs is playing his entrance on the guitar. Nakamura takes a seat in the throne as Boogs continues to play electric guitar. Nakamura is given the crown, and it's on his head now. He gets up, he dances around. Boogs is screaming, telling everybody to hail the new king. Then we see Corbin in the back, sulking, crying backstage, shaking his head. Caleb Braxton goes up to him, and Corbin is watching all this unfold. She refers to him as King Corbin at first, but changes her mind and just calls him Baron Corbin. It's been a long time since I have heard Baron Corbin on WWE television. You want to know the one good thing that comes out of this, folks? Baron Corbin can go back to his old original theme music without that regal-esque part that they added into it because he was King of the Ring for 2 years. So we don't have to hear that anymore. But at least we get to hear Rick Boogs jamming out on electric guitar with Shinsuke Nakamura. So Corbin was all sad. He asked, what's the point? What's the point? And he walks off as he's watching the coronation of King Shinsuke Nakamura. So let me get this straight. WWE has opted not to go with the King of the Ring tournament. Is that what you're telling me? Or is this leading to a King of the Ring? Because from what I see here, WWE has now given the whole ambiance and the whole aspect of King Corbin being the final boss to coronate a king in WWE. All Nakamura had to do was steal his crown, then fight him in a Battle of the Crown match, win the match, and now he's coronated as King Shinsuke Nakamura. Is this what you're telling me now, I guess, is enough to coronate a king in WWE? All we got to do is beat Baron Corbin. I find this hilariously fucking terrible. Because WWE, I'm telling you right now, if this is the end-all be-all, this is shit. And we still don't have a reason why Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura are a pairing. I'd love an explanation at some point why Rick Boogs is with Shinsuke Nakamura. Did they meet in catering? Did Shinsuke make a trip down to NXT in the Performance Center and they met and they became acquaintances? Does Boogs surf with Nakamura? Does Boogs like to go out every Thursday night with Nakamura and get sushi? What's the deal? What is the deal here? Does Nakamura like thrash metal? Does Nakamura... Tell me Nakamura's a fan of heavy metal, bro. Is that where their interest became? Friends? I don't know. I need an explanation, man. I need a major explanation. Never mind the fucking king. Let's start with something easy. Why are they together? Now, going back to the King of the Ring, WWE would be foolish not to do another King of the Ring tournament. WWE needs a King of the Ring tournament. Honestly. All these reports about WWE listening to ideas from the networks, a point system, a World Cup tournament, or whatever the fuck they're doing, that may be the case. But WWE could really build that same concept as a King of the Ring tournament. And I mentioned this on Off the Script a couple of weeks ago, man. I don't need to reiterate myself. But beating Baron Corbin is not enough to constitute becoming a King of the Ring, especially when the fucking crown was stolen. But only in WWE does this make sense. Only in the fucking weird, demented mind of Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon does this make sense. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville were rocking out backstage to Boogs and Nakamura. Seth Rollins walked in. He says, "Now is the time." Pearce says, "How can I help you, Mr. Rollins?" Rollins says it's not about what they can do for him. It's the other way around. He brings up Roman Reigns and the State of the Universal Championship address later on. And he says Reigns' next challenger should be me. Rollins makes a case for being Reigns' next challenger, and he says he's never been more prepared in his life. Mentally, spiritually, physically, and more importantly, nobody on the roster deserves the chance like he does. Sure thing, Seth. Sure thing. I think there are a bunch of guys backstage that would look at you and tell you that you're dead fucking wrong. Pearce says that they're not ready to make that decision yet, and Deville, this is her new thing, will take it under advisement. Rollins says the time is now, and he walks off, looking at both of them. I told you before, I'm going to say it again. Nobody wants to see Rollins and Reigns in a one-on-one match. We've been there, done that, and with Roman Reigns on the biggest run of his fucking life, we don't need Seth Rollins, boring Seth Rollins, to make Roman Reigns into a babyface before we get Reigns and Rock at some point on WWE television. We don't want that. I'm telling you right now, you do not want Rollins and Reigns in the same ring. It will end in a catastrophic manner. Money in the Bank qualifying match. I'll give WWE a little golf clap. I didn't really even anticipate Money in the Bank qualifying matches this year, but here we are. We got them on Raw, and then we got them again on SmackDown. Good job there, Bruce. Wow. You're finally listening to me, bro. Listen, I offer free advice, bro. I'm only a phone call away. All I gotta do is hop on I-95. Bro, I'll be at Stanford Titan Tower in about half an hour. This mind is filled with gold, bro. You could go digging. For free. All I want in return is good fucking television. Apollo Crews, who, by the way, is the Intercontinental Champion, against Big E. This is a Money in the Bank qualifying match, like I said. This was actually very good. This was a good match. Man, you guys might not care for Apollo Crews, whether it's you don't like him, or you don't like Commander Aziz, or you don't like the accent. because we all heard him talk regular before this new gimmick change, whatever the case may be. Apollo Crews is a fantastic professional wrestler. And he's fucking killing it with this gimmick. He was doing... I want you guys to watch Apollo Crews in the ring, man. Everything the guy does is a thing of beauty. He had a great match with Big E. This is the match that they should have had well before WrestleMania. This is the match that they should have had at Fastlane. This is the match that they should have had at WrestleMania. A little bit longer than this. You could put these guys in there for 20 minutes, and they could go. They were both on tonight. But I don't really understand why we need this match to happen again. You do realize that, I think somebody on Twitter, I think it was Sap, that posted something about them wrestling 7 times one-on-one in this year alone. And it was over 20 times in other aspects, whether it was a tag team match, a fatal 5-way, or something along those lines. Why do we have a situation like that where you got Big E and Apollo Crews and they've been in the ring over a dozen fucking times on television, on pay-per-view, in half of a year? I don't get that. Nobody finds that to be fucking wrong? Nobody finds that to be an issue? You know, the more you do something, the less important and the less special it is. You know, the simple analogy. If I had fucking Chinese food every fucking night, if I had pizza every night, if I had meatballs and spaghetti every night, 7 days a week, it's not going to be fucking special anymore, man. You're going to get tired of pizza. You're going to get tired of the meatballs and spaghetti. You're going to get tired of Chinese food. The only thing that I have regularly, multiple times a day, every single day, and not get tired of it is coffee. That's about it. I don't even drink beer every single night, man. I love my beer. But I only save my beer drinking on the weekend. And maybe a day or two in the week while I'm stressing the fuck out playing Call of Duty, while I stream, or if somebody like Homage comes over like last night, we shared a beer and talked about critiques and connoisseurs and what we're doing for season 2. Something like that. But that's about it. And that doesn't happen every week. I only save my beer drinking for Saturday. If I drank 7 days a fucking week, not only would my liver be destroyed, but I wouldn't enjoy the beers that I have on the weekend, because I would have had them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and by the time Saturday comes, I'm fucking bored. Quantity over quality is WWE's way of thinking. The other way around is the way it should be, quality over quantity, but they don't think that way. Apollo Crews is fucking great. I don't care what anybody says, man. Big E is also very good. Big E is also very good, man. But apparently Big E may be moving to Monday Night Raw. Big E may be moving to Monday Night Raw. They may be lining him up for Bobby Ashley. The WWE champion, Bobby Ashley. You know, the guy that was in the Hurt Business. And they were together, and all they were as a faction was to look cool. According to Nese Mobley, a WWE writer that got the fucking axe, and well-deserved today, because she's a fucking idiot. And people like her are not needed in pro wrestling. Go do your comedy skits at some fucking D-level comedy club, clown. Get the fuck out of the business. You're better off hiring me. I'll do it for free while I work on this show, and I'll do a better job than Nese Mobley. Anyway. Apparently they're moving Big E, supposedly in the draft, over to Monday Night Raw to reunite with the New Day. But this offers a bigger problem. If you're going to move Big E, who WWE could easily build up as the next big babyface guy to go up against Roman Reigns when he is indeed ready, apparently he's not going to be ready if they move him to Monday Night Raw, because all the good babyfaces, all the big babyfaces, they're moving off of the brand because Roman Reigns has to be protected at all costs. And if Big E is supposed to be a world champion, why don't we have him go up against Bobby Ashley? That's the right plan. But you also leave a huge void for Roman Reigns. Not many people on this side. And don't tell me, oh, well, JD, they'll just draft Drew McIntyre over to SmackDown. No, you fucking degenerate social media geek. We're not moving Drew McIntyre over to SmackDown to beat Roman Reigns. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody even wants Drew McIntyre in the title picture on Monday. You're going to put him on the title picture, in the title picture on Friday? To beat Roman? He couldn't even beat Bobby Ashley. You're going to have him beat Roman Reigns. What the fuck is wrong with you? Turn him heel. Turn him heel. Keep him on Raw, turn him heel, have Big E win the title, have Big E and Drew McIntyre fight over the title. Don't move him to SmackDown to go up against Roman. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that at all, man. That's just WWE getting desperate with their choices for Roman Reigns. Anyway, I gotta ask Bruce a question. No matter how great this match was between Big E and Apollo Crews, very good match. Bruce, Vince, or whatever creative writers out there in the boardroom that allowed this one to seep through, man. I got a question for you. This is a good one. This might go over your head. You might not have a ready enough answer for me when I give you the question, but I'm genuinely curious. Was there not anybody else on the roster you could have put in this match with Big E to allow him to qualify? Why did he have to beat the Intercontinental Champion clean? I let that one sink in. Now, again, I said it might be difficult for these geeks to answer, but I'm genuinely curious why the Intercontinental Champion had to lose on this show. Meanwhile, we just seen Bianca Belair, who beat Bayley inside a Hell in a Cell, lose clean to Bayley tonight in a mixed tag team match. Or am I just the only guy in the community that's asking these hard-hitting questions, Bruce? Huh? I'd love an answer. I know I'm not going to get one. But you mean to tell me that Apollo Crews was the only guy on this roster that they could have put in this match for Big E to go over? Couldn't put him in there against, I don't know, Chad Gable? Couldn't put him in there against, who else is on the roster? I don't know, you fired half of the fucking roster. Couldn't put him in there against anybody else, right? Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn? You could have put him in there against Sami Zayn. Why are you putting Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in yet another match next week for Money in the Bank qualifier? Why? There's got to be somebody else on this roster that you could have put in this match against Big. You could have put Baron Corbin in this match. He's already sulking like a fucking loser. Why don't you just go the extra mile and have him lose to Big E? Why does it have to be the IC title holder? Why? Oh, well, it doesn't matter, JD. It doesn't matter. What are you getting so mad for? I don't know, man. I'd like my champions to actually fucking mean something on this show. Oh, JD's getting mad for no reason. Oh, look, he's typing. And they type away on fucking social media. Anyway, Big E, he was on the defensive here. He fought back, hit a big splash on Crews. Crews fought back, but Big E went for a Uranagi. Crews countered, hit a rolling German suplex for a near fall. Big E recovered, locked in a stretch muffler submission. Aziz helped Crews get to the ropes to break the hold. Crews fired back, climbed the top rope. Big E cut him off. They traded shots. Crews knocked him down, hit a beautiful frog splash for a 2 count. He followed up with a German suplex for another 2 count. Crews ran out. Crews ran at Big E at ringside, but got caught with a Uranagi. Aziz was kind of dwarfing over, trying to attack when the moment was right. The referee was there. Aziz pushed Big E into the barricade. He went for the Nigerian nail, but the referee caught him as he lifted his hand up for the Nigerian nail. Referee then kicked out Aziz from the ringside area. Back in the ring, Crews rolled up Big E for a near fall. Big E recovered enough to hit the big ending, and he qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's a great job there, Bruce. The Intercontinental Champion loses in a Money in the Bank qualifier. Who exactly is Apollo Crews defending the IC title against at Money in the Bank? If there is even a Money in the Bank Intercontinental title match. Great job there, man. Champions shouldn't lose on television. But here we are. It's the same fucking thing I complain about every single week. It's ridiculous. Let's take a look inside the venue, man. Let's take a look inside the venue. I appreciate you guys very, very much, man. Hit that thumbs up. I asked for 1,000. There's 1,700 people in here, man. Why aren't we at 1,000? Have I not entertained you enough? Have I not spoken fact enough? Hit that thumbs up, man. It's free to do so. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and get your super chats in. Super chats are open, man. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. Dr. Squatch is today's sponsor, man. They are a proud partner of Off the Script. DrSquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. Man, I don't want to hear you guys bathing with synthetic, artificial shit, okay? Because I know you are. I know you're using that store-bought shit. It's not real. It's not real. It may make you smell good, quote unquote, but do you know what that's doing to your skin, man? Dry skin, all that perfume and all that just, garbage that you're bathing with every single week, man, every single day, I hope. What about that shampoo you're using? Don't use that shit in the store, man. Dr. Squatch, soaps, shampoos, conditioner, even the deodorant, man. Everything is all natural. Everything is all organic, and it smells fucking fantastic. I would not be pushing them if I didn't use it, man. I use Dr. Squatch legitimately every single day. And all you guys got to do is go online, drsquatch.com. You guys are going to look at what they got. They got bundles, they got subscription services, you name it, man. Makes a great gift, not only for you, someone in your family, maybe your brother, maybe your father, maybe your grandpa. If you're a wife or a girlfriend and you're looking for gifts for your husband, for your boyfriend, Dr. Squatch is it, man. Believe me. Go get some Dr. Squatch. You'll be doing yourself a favor too. You don't want to smell a smelly wrestling geek now, do you? Code SCRIPT at checkout, man. Code SCRIPT at checkout. You're going to save 20% off literally everything on their website. That is drsquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT, and I want to thank them for supporting Off the Script, man. Go and use some Dr. Squatch, bro. Moving on with the rest of this show. Sami Zayn, speaking of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, he is gloating over his win at Hell in a Cell over Kevin Owens. Kayla Braxton is backstage with Sami. Sami is in a much better mood this week after weeks of being down and after weeks of being WWE against him. Who is against Sami Zayn? Not me. I think Sami Zayn is one of the best things about SmackDown. Kayla says there will be a Money in the Bank qualifying match against Owens next week. Sami goes back to ranting about conspiracies against him and how we're messing with karma and his life. He got the justice he wanted at Hell in a Cell, and this isn't right. And he's ranting about facing Kevin Owens again next week. So he obviously is upset about this. He storms into Adam Pearce's office. He's not happy with having to wrestle Kevin Owens in a Money in the Bank qualifying match next week. Sami's looking for an easy way out, but Pearce denies him. Says, now, since you're complaining to me about all of this nonsense, it will be a last man standing match, and the winner will qualify for Money in the Bank. Sami warns Pearce that he's playing a very dangerous game with karma. Sami walked off, and he was very, very angry. I don't know why we're getting the match again, but here we are. And there were rumors that WWE wanted to end Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Apparently, they were going to give closure to both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell. Adam Pearce was actually on Talking Smack before the pay-per-view. That Saturday before the pay-per-view, he was on Talking Smack. He indicated that Sunday night would be the last chapter in their storied rivalry. Pearce says, I look at this from a longer perspective. I've known both Kevin and Sami for upwards of 15 years. You might say that they've been obsessed with each other for that duration. I think the WWE Universe wants to see a resolution, and I think we're going to get that at Hell in a Cell. That was the last thing that Adam Pearce says. And here we go. It's almost as if what Adam Pearce said on Peacock wasn't even fucking a thing. Wasn't even acknowledged. Hey, we got another match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That doesn't need to be. Kevin Owens was actually supposed to take time off from TV as well. He tweeted after his Hell in a Cell loss, I fought like hell. Now I need a little break. I'll be back soon. Thank you, guys. Meltzer then even said he's taking time off. He said it was storyline related, but he will be back eventually. Nobody knew how long he'd be off TV, but we found out tonight that he was off TV for 2 weeks. He was off this week, and he was off coming out of Hell in a Cell. So he will be back on TV next week in a match, last man standing against Sami Zayn, which will probably only mean Kevin Owens is going to get his victory back over Sami and advance to Money in the Bank. But realistically, Sami Zayn should be in Money in the Bank and not Kevin Owens at this point. Could put them both in there. But if I'm going to choose one over the other now, Sami, he beat Kevin Owens. Why does he have to beat him again? So yes, I am siding with Sami Zayn. Sonya Deville. This was the other thing that fucking pissed me off. Because the people that write this show are absolutely ridiculous. She's in the ring, and she's got a microphone, and she's talking about the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She says the first selection for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, the music hits, and out comes Carmella. So, let me get this straight. Bruce Pritchard. Let me get this straight, Bruce. Let me get this straight, Vince. Or maybe I'm just a little bit too fucking smart. And I'm the only guy that's raising these types of questions in the fucking community. How many fucking podcasts, live streams, post shows did you watch tonight? How many people are going to tell you exactly what I'm going to tell you now? So, WWE thought that Sonya Deville in the ring, announcing Carmella in Money in the Bank, made sense after we just saw Monday where we had 5 qualifying matches. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5. 5 qualifying matches on Monday Night Raw. And we saw a qualifying match basically in the last segment between Big E and Apollo Crews. 6 qualifying matches. Ha, ha, ha. 6. Like on the fucking count on Sesame Street. 1 qualifying match. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha, ha, ha. 6 qualifying matches, and then you mean to tell me that somebody in creative thought it made sense for Sonya Deville to come out and just announce Carmella is in Money in the Bank. And you guys want me to be okay with that. You guys want me to turn the other fucking way and turn a blind eye and say, hey, you know what? I just accept it. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Yeah, Carmella in Money in the Bank. Yeah, great. You fucking serious? This is exactly what I'm telling you, folks. This is exactly what I have been telling you since 2016. Merge the fucking divisions. Simple. Very simple. How many women do you have on this show right now? Sasha Banks has been off for 2 months. So without Sasha Banks, how many women do you have on this show? 5? 5. And one of them's the women's champion, who will not be in Money in the Bank. She obviously needs an opponent for the pay-per-view, right? Which is probably going to be Bayley again. How many other women you got on this show? Liv Morgan? Carmella? Who else? Natty? Tamina? Who else do you have on this show that you're going to put in this Money in the Bank ladder match? Why do we just accept mediocrity? Why do we accept things as, it is what it is? What are you getting so upset about? Because it doesn't make fucking sense. You are treated like an imbecile by WWE television, and you're okay with it. It's pretty much you watching TV and Vince McMahon thinking that you are a fucking idiot because you don't ask questions. So why don't we have Carmella competing for a spot in Money in the Bank while we had 6 qualifying matches in the last 2 shows combined? Then get this, folks. WWE, they have Liv Morgan come out. Liv Morgan wants an opportunity. She mocks Carmella for being the most beautiful woman in WWE, which is getting really fucking annoying. She belongs in Money in the Bank way more than Carmella. Carmella laughs at her and says, this match is for the real stars. Carmella shows off some of her moves, and she's taunting Liv Morgan, right? Morgan slaps her, and we get a match between Liv Morgan and Carmella. Okay? We got a match between Liv Morgan and Carmella, folks. Now let me get this straight. I just went over the fact that we had 6 fucking qualifying matches, and Carmella was just added to the Money in the Bank ladder match by Sonya Deville about 30 seconds ago, right? So you mean to tell me that you've opted to book Carmella, who you just put in Money in the Bank, in a match with Liv Morgan, which we've seen 3 fucking times already in the last 3 weeks, because they're 50-50 booking now, right? So this will be the rubber match of the 3. You just put Carmella in Money in the Bank. You put her in a match against Liv Morgan, where Liv Morgan has to prove she could beat Carmella, which she did already last week, again, to qualify for Money in the Bank. But folks, all the people complaining that I'm complaining, this goes to show you how fucking stupid they are. You just watched a match that virtually made absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever. If Liv Morgan was to beat Carmella in this match to get into the Money in the Bank qualifying match, why would you expect her to lose when, get this, folks, there's no other fucking women on the roster to put in the Money in the Bank ladder match? What's she gonna do? Was she ever gonna lose? You might as well just have put her in the Money in the Bank ladder match with Carmella. Yeah, but, I don't know. JD, all he does is rant and complain. All he does is fucking bitch and moan, man. He's a fucking basement-dwelling virgin. Yeah. That's why I'm smarter than you. That's why I have the show that I do. I'm sorry, folks. WWE Crave, I know, bro. I know, man. Wow, we know he's right. How come we didn't think about that? Fuck out of here, man. This shit is fucking garbage. Garbage. Where's Mia Yim? Wasn't she supposed to debut? Where is she? Why isn't she on fucking TV? You got 4 fucking women on this goddamn show, but Mia Yim, what is she doing? Is she home consoling Keith Lee? Oh, honey. Oh, man. Oh, my future was so bright. They buried me. Oh, man. I held 2 titles last year. I can't even sniff a title. Vince wants me to lose weight. He sent me back to the PC because they told me I couldn't wrestle. Show sucks. This show sucks. Liv Morgan beats Carmella. Because was there any other fucking option? Kayla's backstage with Jimmy Uso. He admits the pressure is on him, but he's not avoiding it. He dedicates this match to the family and Jey Uso. He says he hopes Roman Reigns is watching. You better hope that more than Roman Reigns is watching. I don't know who the fuck is watching this show with this god-awful writing. Jimmy Uso in the main event with Dolph Ziggler. So this is the match that Roman Reigns told Jimmy Uso, go prove it. Go prove it. Go beat Dolph Ziggler. You know what this tells me? Go prove that you aren't a loser like Dolph Ziggler. Because if you lose to Dolph Ziggler, I don't think anybody in the fucking family wants to see you ever again. This was almost a snide at Dolph. More so than Jimmy Uso. So the match itself wasn't bad. I mean, what did you expect to have happen? Jimmy Uso's going to lose? Jay's not on TV. So Jimmy was not going to lose. Decent little match here. So Uso used a shoulder tackle and an enziguri early on. Ziggler took over. Hit a beautiful drop kick on Uso. Ziggler slowed the pace. They went outside. He did a suicide dive. Did Jimmy on Dolph, but he hit Rude instead. So Ziggler took advantage of this miscue here, and he gave Uso a zigzag, which looked like it sucked, on the floor, meaning that it looked brutal. So Jimmy fought back, hit a Samoan drop. He missed a super kick. Ziggler hit a zigzag. Uso went for a powerbomb. Ziggler rolled through for a near fall 2 count. Uso recovered, suddenly hit a super kick for the win out of nowhere, and he beats Dolph Ziggler. So he goes backstage, and he tries to talk to Roman Reigns, and he's there backstage with Reigns and Paul Heyman, and they were watching from Gorilla. Jimmy joins them and asks Reigns what he thought of the match. Jimmy's hyped up, but Reigns isn't thrilled at all. Reigns walks off because he's got this State of the Universal title address tonight. Jimmy starts walking behind him, but Heyman stopped him for some reason. Heyman motions for Uso, listen, stay behind. You did good. You did a good job tonight. So Uso looked very confused, and he obviously wanted to go out there with his cousin, but Heyman told him to stay back and stay behind. So Reigns is in the ring. We go to the final segment of the show. Heyman, he showed us footage of Reigns destroying Rey Mysterio and Dominic. Booyaka, booyaka. 619. Booyaka, booyaka. Rey and Dominic Mysterio, the tag team champions of SmackDown, if you guys were not aware. So, fans were chanting, Roman sucks. Heyman addressed the fake crowd and the fake chants. Roman does not suck, he says. I don't know what's worse, the fake crowd noises and the fake chants that Roman sucks, or Paul Heyman acknowledging the fake chants of Roman sucks. I cannot wait for live fucking human beings in these arenas. I can't wait to have live people with blood running through their veins and not somebody, some geek at a fucking soundboard hitting a button, cueing Roman Reigns sucks chants. It's awful. So, Heyman names everybody that Roman Reigns has slayed. Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Edge, Cesaro, the Mysterios. They were all topped by Roman Reigns. Heyman says in less than a year, Reigns has taken out the entire division. So now they have to do something that's never been done on network television. Heyman says they have no other choice because there's no one left. Out comes Edge. Now, it makes me wonder what he was going to say before Edge came out. Were they just not going to wrestle? Was he going to go to Monday Night Raw and challenge Bobby Ashley? Was he going to challenge Apollo Crews and win the Intercontinental title? I was wondering what he was going to do and what he was going to say, but out comes Edge. Edge stands on the ramp. He takes his jacket off, and Pyro's going off. He rushes to the ring, ready to fight Reigns. So they're fighting back and forth. Edge takes Reigns to the outside immediately, slams his head on the announce table several times. Reigns was in defensive mode. He stumbled back. He grabbed the steel chair. He brings it back in the ring. Edge cuts him off with a spear. He grabs the chair. He then goes and grabs another chair. He wanted to give Reigns a concerto. Jimmy Uso runs in and knocks Edge off the ring apron. So he came out to help the tribal chief. So Edge fights back, sends Uso into the steel ring steps. Edge charges, puts Jimmy through the barricade with a spear, breaks the barricade on the outside. Edge makes his way back in the ring, but Reigns has already retreated up the stage with Paul Heyman. Reigns looked a little worried that Edge was back. Edge is yelling out, asking Reigns where he's at. Edge says if Reigns wants him, he is right here. And that is the way SmackDown goes off the air. The beautiful sounds of Miles Kennedy and Alter Bridge close what was a shit SmackDown. Like I mentioned before in the open, folks, Edge being back, it makes logical sense for Roman Reigns and Edge at Money in the Bank. It's a big enough match. It's the first show back in front of fans. WWE wants to sell that out. They want to make it as special as possible. Edge is back, not to win the Universal Championship. He's not going to do that. But Edge is back, and Rollins has already wanted and requested Roman Reigns. So clearly he's going to take issue with this. He may get into Money in the Bank somehow. I don't know. Rollins has to be at the pay-per-view. I would assume he's in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't think he wins it, but I think he loses it, which kind of sets him off. That Edge got his championship match, and here Rollins is wrestling with all these fucking nobodies that he thinks he's better than. Rollins and Edge at SummerSlam was the rumored match. WrestleVotes tweeted it out that is WWE's big plan for Edge. Reigns and John Cena is the match that you got to go with. So Edge is back to pretty much get screwed by Rollins, and Reigns is going to move on to John Cena, and we're going to get John Cena versus Roman Reigns and Edge versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. That is the way WWE is setting this up. But this was a boring edition of SmackDown. Nothing good came out of this show except for that Big E versus Apollo Crews match, which I loved, but the ending sucked. And then Edge is back. Outside that, the show was a creative fucking blunder. It really was. They got to do better, man. They got to do better. This is now crunch time. You got 3 weeks to go until fans are back, and this is the type of creative content that you're giving me on Friday night? Do you guys even think before you do anything? How many times do I got to call these people out on the fucking illogical shit that you see on this show, and nobody's going to say anything about it? Or maybe people just genuinely like to be treated like a fucking blithering idiot. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It really makes me sound like the smartest fucking guy in the entire community, man. I don't hear anybody else complaining about these fucking issues. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much. We are coming to the end of the actual review portion of the show. If you guys enjoyed the review, man, hit that thumbs up. We are at 800 likes, bro. Get that like up. Get that like ratio up. Let's try for 1,000 before we get out of here, man. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not done so. After tonight, man, I don't know why you wouldn't subscribe to the channel. Who's delivering all of this stuff like me? Nobody. Nobody. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And make sure you guys go and check out all the other content on the channel. If you have not done so, everything's on the homepage. Go check out Dr. Squatch, drsquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off. And if you guys are into the video game thing, I got a second channel on YouTube that I'd love for you guys to subscribe to, man. We just got into the YouTube partner program. We had a big blowout stream yesterday. More JD from NY. Link is down below. Go and check that out. Go subscribe, man. We'll be streaming some cool games over there. If you guys are into that, I'd love for you to join over there as well. Let's get into the Super Chats, guys. Let me get into the Super Chat portion of the show. We're going to start at the top. Michelle Moran with a $5 Super Chat. Hello, JD. Weird how WWE makes Jimmy Uso a face and Jey a heel. And when Jimmy is in the main event match, then you have a serious problem on your roster. Jey is a heel. Jimmy is a heel. Roman is a heel. And Jimmy in the main event, yes, you have a serious problem. You do. But WWE has made it very well known that the Usos and Roman Reigns are the most important thing on the show. So that's why you see them in the main event. Baby Maharaja with a $5 Super Chat. Those poor Singhs. They protect Jinder from Brock and fell off cage to save him from Randy. At least Jinder have new helpers. But why this happened, JD? I'm sorry, baby Maharaja. The WWE president, Nick Khan. No relation to the cooler Tony Khan. He needs to afford a $7 million fucking mansion paradise somewhere. That's why your boys got fired, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Theo, with a $4.99 Super Chat. I'm glad they did Edge vs. Roman, so that way it'll set up Rollins and Edge for SummerSlam. You got it, bub. Robert, with a $5 Super Chat. Thank you, JD, for all your hard work. At times, it's unbearable to watch WWE, including their constant camera cuts. I get vertigo here. Sorry about that, Robert. You know, Kevin Dunn is... you know, you gotta keep him happy, man. When you see all the camera cuts going all over the place, it's because he doesn't have enough, wood. Theo with 3 Super Chats in a row, man. $4.99, $14.99, and a $9.99. He says, all aboard the stupid Express. JD, how was your day, bro? Hope all is good. I'm exhausted, Theo. I'm about to have some ice cream after this is over and watch episode 1 of Lego Masters. You guys ever watch that show on Fox, Lego Masters? It's a pretty cool fucking show, man. He also says, JD, how do you feel if they just do a King of the Ring pay-per-view next year, winner fights at SummerSlam? I've been calling for it for about 11 years now. And if you had to make your own 6-man or 8-man ladder match, who would you put in it and why? Ali, Ricochet, Gable, Zayn, Owens, Big E, Rollins, Cesaro. Yeah, it's not that difficult, man. It's not really all that difficult to book. Jeff Hardy, maybe. A Money in the Bank ladder match, man. Thank you, Theo. You are quite generous, my friend. Lauren Hutton with a $5 Super Chat. Why are we getting Rollins and Roman? We're not. We're getting Edge and Roman. So the rumors are true about that match. So is Edge facing Rollins or Roman at SummerSlam? Edge is facing Rollins at SummerSlam. The idea is Roman, Cena, Rollins, Edge. Now, we could see Roman, Edge, and Rollins, but there's no interest in that whatsoever. Most shocking release, I'm going to say Tyler Breeze, man. Tyler Breeze. No reason why that man couldn't stay on as a PC coach. Raging Texas 85 with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, my birthday was on June 9th. My brother's birthday is on June 29th. Can we get a happy belated and early birthday shout out to us? And say happy birthday to you two goons. That would make our day. Raging Texas 85, happy belated birthday, bro. And to your brother, happy upcoming birthday. If you guys are old enough, enjoy some cold beverages, man. Everybody with a birthday drinks for free for the entire evening inside the venue, man. Believe me, we can afford it. You'll sit VIP. I'll have one of the pretty bartenders come over and serve you all evening. Titles will be having hot food come out of the kitchen all night. What do you want, bro? Now, if you're underage, we got ginger ale, we got lemonade, we got Shirley Temples. Hopefully you're not underage. Otherwise, I'm going to have to dump you. Kick you out of here, man. I'll have Hooligrim take care of you. But happy birthday, guys. I really appreciate you guys spending your evening with me here on OTS. Miles with a $5 super chat. Miles Loper. Hey, JD, love you, man, and your reviews. I turned the big 19 today, and it's crazy. All these birthdays inside the venue, man. I should be giving you fucking money, man. Can you please call me a goon, and may I have a Pepsi? Listen, bro, listen, bro, listen. I'll slip you a shot of the peanut butter whiskey, bro. I'll slip you a shot of the screwball. Don't tell anybody, though. Miles, you fucking goon. Happy birthday, bro. Enjoy it. Jason Tarr with a $20 super chat. I totally agree with you, JD. Rollins needs to stay out of the title picture. That is until they can build someone to beat Roman. He won't lose the Universal Championship. Loving the venue. Keep speaking the truth. The geeks hate. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you, brother. It's amazing, man. People hate me for speaking the truth, but the reality of the situation is people hate me because they don't want to hear what they don't like. That's the whole fucking problem. Because they don't like it. They know it's true, but they don't like it. It doesn't fit their agenda. They gotta hate on me. I appreciate you, Jason. $20. That's a lot of money, man. Thank you so much. Raging Texas 85. He's got a thumbs up emoji with a $1.99 super chat and then a 99-cent donation with a sleeping emoji. Bro, listen. You might as well put that in the tip jar on the bar. Take care of the bartenders, man. Go enjoy your birthday. Jacob Donnelly. Will Jesse be joining you tomorrow for the AEW review? He's been missed. LOL. I don't know. He's watching. Whether he's watching tonight. I know he was playing Call of Duty Mobile because Dolph Ziggler was in the main event tonight. But Jesse, are you on the show tomorrow? Bring some peanut butter and jelly shots with screwball whiskey and join me on the review, bro. We got to talk business. We got to talk business. I think he will be there, Jacob. Pretty positive he will be, but we'll see. If not, I'll be in the venue all by myself with all you guys tomorrow night. Juan Lopez with $2 in super chat. One beat Jericho at WrestleMania and the other wrestled Liger. Yes. Tyler Breeze wrestled Liger at the first Brooklyn show, I believe. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. And then Fandango beat Jericho at WrestleMania. Jericho put over Fandango at WrestleMania. Imagine that. King Mo. $4.99 super chat. Pilot Brawl is straight fire. It is. It really is a great fucking track, man. Been listening to it for the past couple of days driving in my car. Great choice of music for your channel. Thank you, King Mo. I appreciate you. Go check out that tune, man. Pilot. Song is called Brawl. I'll play it again right here for you guys. It's fucking great. Paul Jackson with a $2 super chat. He says, I love you. Thank you, Paul Jackson. Sunny Impact. Man, Kenise Mobley even looks like an uninformed geek. She does. I swear to God, man, if I was in that interviewing process and she told me that, I'd be like, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. No wrestling knowledge. You don't need anything like that in this industry, man. Here's a fucking clue. You can have wrestling knowledge and still write comedy at the same time. It's been done for years. Michelle McGlashing with a $4.99 super chat. Hey, JD, big OTS fan. I never miss a show. Really? It's the first time I'm seeing you inside the venue here in the super chats, Michelle. Appreciate you. Got a question. Do you think since Breeze owns his wrestling school with Sean Spears, he'll end up in AEW? It's a possibility. Now, AEW can't sign everybody, but I'm hoping Tony Khan squares away some payroll for Aleister Black and Ruby Riott. That's pretty much it. I could see Tyler Breeze in AEW, but I don't think he really even needs to wrestle anymore, man. I really don't. He's got his school. He's happy. I could see both him and Fandango going to Impact. But thank you, Michelle, for the $4.99 super chat and the kind words. I appreciate you. Theo with a $4.99 super chat. JD, I know you don't see Roman losing the title very soon, but if you do ever see him losing, who do you see him losing to? Nobody! Nobody. Roman Reigns should hold the title just as long as Bruno Sammartino. Ali, $4.99 super chat. Hey, JD, I didn't see SmackDown live because just got back from the movies watching Fast 9. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I heard Fast 9 was atrocious. And that movie was great. I recommend you go see it. Ali, do you know how many Fast and Furious movies I've seen before this one? 0. Gonna keep it that way. Paul Jackson with a $5 super chat. Pretty sad that Jeff Jarrett can book a better women's division in TNA than WWE currently. Bro, anybody could book a better women's division than WWE. Come on. Dave Tatum with a $10 super chat. Bobby Ashley. He's a big black guy He's a big black guy, says clueless Kenise Mobley. WWE's going to need a smaller boat with all of these firings. Another great show from JD, the almighty of the IWC. Thank you so much. Dave Tatum with the $10 super chat. I think we can pretty much say that Kenise Mobley is she's a part of the stupid Express with Braun Strowman. Mr. Cake with a $2 super chat. JD, imagine Breezango and the Dark Order on BTE. No, thank you. Theo with a $9.99 super chat. JD, awesome review. Love listening to you. Do you see Edge winning any title before retiring? Yes, I do, but not at the moment. Ellie Tex Gaming 02 with a $5 super chat. What's up, JD? With all the upcoming birth of the first AEW console game, do you have any interest in the Wrestling Code first ever game? Yes, I do. Depends on how it plays. It looks great, but it all depends on how it plays, man. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat. JD, you're the man. If Rollins wins, I riot. Thank you, Hollywood guy. Rollins is not going to win the world title on SmackDown, man. Nobody is. Lauren Hunt with a $2 super chat. Love how Mia Yim trolls fans. Edge returns as a face. Yes. Edge was never meant to be a heel. World of Wrestling. $5 super chat. When is Vince selling the company? Who cares? Vince can sell the company. That doesn't mean Vince is going anywhere. I mean, it may not be the solution, but we got a better chance of it getting better than being in Vince's hands. Vince is not going anywhere, man. I'm sorry to tell you guys. Lauren Hutton, $2 super chat. Picks to win Money in the Bank matches. I could see Big E winning it for the men. And I could see Sasha Banks winning it for the women. Hollywood guy with a $2 super chat. I also haven't watched WWE in years. As long as you're showing up to the venue and watching me, that's all I give a shit about. Lauren Hunt with a $1.99 super chat. She leaves a mood emoji, whatever that means. Thank you, Lauren. King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. What would be your fantasy six-man ladder match? I don't really have one, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I hate multi-man ladder matches. It's the same shit every time. Give me a one-on-one ladder match, man, with a good story behind it. Raging Girl Gamer with a $9.99 super chat. Charlotte Flair needs a bigger push, she says. I feel like she's not in the title picture all that much. Rage, listen, I'm going to have to ask you to move away from the bar. Somebody flag her, please. It looks like she might have had too much to drink. I can't have comments like that in the fucking venue, man. I got paying customers, okay? I don't need comments like that deterring people from spending money. Jesse, come on, bro. The fuck you doing, bro? I told you to fill the fucking ice bin 3 hours ago. Raging Girl Gamer also says with a $4.99 super chat, JD drinks coffee through a straw. LOL. Damn right I do. Fourth Marine, Sergeant Bullfisher's Raider, USMC with a $5 super chat. Sir, thank you. Lauren Hahn with a $5 super chat. You really do book better storylines and matches than creative. I know. JD for WWE Creative drinks on me to celebrate. $9.99 Justin Striplin. So much for reports about NXT wanting to heavily focus on the Cruiserweight division since WWE released most of the wrestlers that were going to be in the Cruiserweight division. Theo with a $9.99 super chat. JD, Bruce and Vince suck at booking crap. We're definitely going to need a bigger boat. Michelle McLashing with a $9.99 super chat. You've never seen me in the chat because I've never actually been in the chat, but I'm always here hitting the like button. You'll be seeing more of me, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Jimmy Fingers 19 with a $7.77 super chat. JD, I got a couple of pairs of those sheath bloomers. I would have never heard of them until you tipped me off. I'm going to order 5 more pairs. Love them. Sounds good to me, Jimmy. Protect your world champions, bro. Because clearly WWE does not. Gavin D with an Australian $5 super chat. Where will Big Damo go? Back to ICW. I could see him in Impact, man. I could see Damo in Impact. Raging Girl Gamer with $4.99 super chat. I love JD and the OTS family. We love you too, Rage. Lauren Hutton, $2 super chat. Who do you think will break Flair's record besides Charlotte? Nobody. I think we'll get John Cena chasing it, but I think Ric Flair wants the record to be broken, but I don't think John Cena wants the record to be his. Could be Randy Orton, for all we know. Israel with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, I know I haven't contributed lately. I hope Jesse will be able to be there with you for the Dynamite review. I know you can't wait. He should be there, Israel. He should be on with me tomorrow night, I hope. Edgar Estrada with a $50 super chat. Happy Friday, bro. Roman is going to retire the world champion. Usos need to win the tag team title soon, or Roman is going to beat the hell out of them. This money in the bank crap needs to die. Prayers for Susan. Have a good one. Love you, JD. Cheers. Thank you, Edgar. Always coming through. VIP Edgar, always coming through, man. Robert Lamoa with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, would you rather be haunted by Lily for a week or be stuck in the ring watching multiple screens of Bayley laugh for 3 hours straight? Bro, I would love to watch Bayley for 3 hours straight laughing. I'd just put it on in the background, bro, and play some Destiny. Fourth Marine with a $5 super chat. Roman Reigns and AOP. Why Mr. McMahon? AOP would have been great, man. AOP would have been great. Theo with a $4.99 super chat. Can you do your best? Oh, stupid. Whee! Strowman. You guys are still asking me for the Strowman Express, man. He's not even with the company anymore. And Rage with a $4.99 super chat. Charlotte Flair is my husband's favorite wrestler. And no, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. What should I do, guys? Rage, listen. Charlotte Flair is your husband's favorite wrestler. Don't cook dinner for him for like 3 straight weeks. My condolences. Jericho 8131 with a $10 super chat. WWE's no problem taking our money, but if we say anything critical about the product, they're quick to get defensive and call us marks. This company is a cult filled with sensitive leeches. I'd say Jericho came in clutch with the comment of the night, man. Guys, I am about to get out of here, man. I am going to have the rest of my evening to relax. Have some ice cream, watch some Lego Masters. I just finished The Walking Dead, bro. Finally caught up. Ready to go for season 11. Negan is still the fucking man. Love it. But thank you guys so very much for everything, man. Thank you for a great live stream. We were on fire tonight, as always. Thank you for being inside the venue. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206 on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Hit that thumbs up as well, man. Try for 1,000 likes on the video. And go check out Dr. Squatch, man. DrSquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. I'm getting in the Mustang, guys. It's time for me to hit the highway, but I need 2 things from you right now. Number 1, I need everybody in the chat to give me those guitar emojis. Number 2, that music you're listening to, The sweet sounds of Pilot. I need that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow live, hopefully with Jesse for AEW Dynamite, Saturday Night Dynamite, Omega, and Jungle Boy. I'll see you guys later. Daryl, I see you, brother. I'm back. I forgot my fucking keys. All right. Daryl, I see in the super chat, bro. On Streamlabs. Daryl in the chat. He's one of the mods. A $200 super chat donation from Daryl. Thank you so much, brother. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you so much. Dynamite tomorrow. Jesse and I covering Omega and Jungle Boy.